According to figures from the Disability Living Foundation, 13.3 million people in the UK have a disability or a condition of some kind that impacts upon their daily life. And according to government statistics, 6% of UK children have a disability. With that in mind, we thought we'd meet some of the game players and makers who are doing things a little bit differently, truly trying to make gaming for all.
Kind of making an improved man cave TV.
Man cave?
TV room.
I used to play sort of like semi-pro really for a local club Worthing. Yeah, I was involved in a car accident and left me paralysed and obviously could no longer play football.
You were a big gamer before the accident?
Yeah, too much so to be honest. Used to play it all night and then once you start playing you don't want to stop. So.
How did you feel initially when all that went on?
Yeah, the first couple of months after the injury obviously you're sort of laying in bed and you know that you've got another 3 months just laying there on your back and you're like, oh, this is not for me, don't want to be there, don't want to do anything. But started trying to find things to fill my days while I was at hospital and tried playing Xbox, but it wasn't really possible. As soon as I left hospital, got in touch with Special Effects. Can you tell us a little bit about what the sort of equipment that they provided for you? They sort of helped me out with getting accessible controllers and adapting different things for me. And so they provided me with loads of bits and bobs that helped me be able to play Xbox. George is one of the many people who's benefited from the work of Special Effect, a charity that creates bespoke control rigs to enable people with all different kinds of physical conditions enjoy gaming. We're going to head off up to Oxfordshire now to go and find out a little bit more about what they do.
Hi, Julia.
Hi, Mark. How are you doing?
Welcome to Special Effects.
Thanks.
Do come in.
Thank you.
This is a selection of a lot of the technology that we use to help people with disabilities to enjoy the magic of gaming. Basically, our aim is just to have as many people playing games as possible. That's what we want to do. And there's so many people out there with all kinds of conditions. They might be missing limbs or fingers, or they might have a condition that makes their muscles weaker, or they might have been in an accident and they might have damaged their spine or something like that. And all of a sudden they can't join in. Even if it's just one finger that doesn't work, that's it.
That changes a lot because some games require you being very, very dexterous.
Absolutely. And at the other end of the scale, we've got people who maybe, have quite severe disabilities who can only use their eyes, So we ask them to get in contact with us and basically say, look, what games do you want to play? What are your abilities? And then we'll come along and we'll see whether we can create a custom setup for you to get the maximum out of the games that you want to play.
The main thing is functional movement, what movement they've got. Their environment plays a massive part of it, because if you don't have much space, then mounting and positioning can be quite tricky. You never know what is going to work for someone, so hence we travel with oodles worth of kit, and you just work through starting from the kind of most mainstream, and if that doesn't work, then just progressively work through the options until you find something that works for them.
So this is your standard analog joystick. So we use this for steering, say, Mario Kart. This will be your use button, so you'll be firing things with that, and that'll be your drift button for helping with steering.
Because it's much more important to fire an object than it is to drift.
That's it, so that's the bigger button.
That shows the relevance there.
That's it, and it means that we can position the most important buttons at the easiest point to press.
So it's completely unique and completely bespoke for each individual, pretty much?
Oh, absolutely has to be. There's no one-size-fits-all model here, because everybody's different. If we go and see somebody, for example, who's got a problem with their hand, they might have 3 fingers that they can use and 1 finger they can't. Somebody else might be able to move their arm a bit more. That makes a huge difference. Millimetres make the difference.
And it's not just charities like Special Effect getting involved. With the video games industry growing, video game makers and developers are working increasingly hard to make sure that their games are accessible and enjoyed by everyone.
In years gone by, people will release a product and then go, we've got to patch this for people with disabilities. And you'd never get the true experience or the good experience. Nowadays, we're starting to see, certainly at Microsoft, we have this inclusive design strategy where we think about extreme use case, people with permanent disabilities, and try as much as possible to include them in the design process so that we deliver products usable by all.
On the Xbox now, they've got this co-pilot thing, so you can have 2 controllers on the go at once, so then you can move more buttons around effectively, so you haven't got to choose which buttons you use, you can use all the buttons. So it's a lot better than when I first started playing and when I first got in touch with Special Effects. getting better all the time.
And I'll jump for you, there you go. So Copilot is 2 controllers controlling 1 character in a game. And they both have full features, so both controllers can control all features of the same character. Somebody who has a physical disability or limited dexterity would be able to take just a couple of the buttons, use them, while somebody else plays with them, and then move up to maybe splitting the control between different parts of their body.
Before my injury, I was a competitive person, and I felt like I'd lost that and had no reason to be competitive at all, really. Can't play games, or couldn't do this, couldn't do that. So then, after getting in touch with special effects, I think the biggest thing they gave me was the ability to be able to still compete with my friends and play against them, beat them. And if you are competitive, you need that, otherwise you just get bored. You want to see if you can do something and then how good you can get at something, and whether you're better than your mate at it or not. I think that's the biggest thing it gave me, really.